Hi, welcome. I am so glad you joined today. I'm thrilled whether you're watching via my StreamYard live that goes to Facebook Live or YouTube Live. It goes to both at the same time, so that's a fun thing. You can watch me either place, or you can watch the replay. So I'm happy to have you however you join me, and would love to have you share with your crafty friends. You can just subscribe to my channel or my page, my group on Facebook. You can definitely subscribe on YouTube. You can subscribe to my blog at createwithkelly.com. So lots of ways to keep in touch and get inspired. I hope today's card inspires you to do something similar. If you don't have this paper, this designer series paper, the sidestep card can be done with a lot of different papers, and it can be done for various occasions. It doesn't have to, it could be a Christmas card, could be a birthday card, could be anything you want it to be, or a thanks card. So I did this card for Kylie Bertucci's International Blog Highlights. So it is entered along with a lot of demonstrators internationally. And so if you love my card, I would love it if you would click on the link that's below this video and go vote for my card. That'd be awesome. Also, if you just want to stay tuned and watch the card making today and then make your own later, you could. I have a blog post already on my blog at createwithkelly.com. And I think I forgot to link that below. But if you go to the vote for my card link and click on the card, it'll take you to that blog post. So the blog post will have all of the supplies and measurements, everything you need to recreate this. So I'm so glad you're watching. Please let me know who you are and where you're from and all that in the comments. And just a reminder that if you're on Facebook and you haven't given permission to them to show your face or your name, then I'll just see it as Facebook user. So if you want me to know who you are, let me know. You can go to the streamyard.com/Facebook and just give them permission. Okay, I think we better get going here. I do appreciate, like I said, those of you who are watching, whether it's live or on the replay. So we're going to get going here. We've got the Garden Walk Designer Series paper that is in the current mini catalog that goes through the end of December, actually a day or two into January, I believe. I don't have that right in front of me. So the Garden Walk paper is beautiful. It can be used for lots of different occasions. Even though it's in the holiday mini, it's not a holiday paper. I did do an option of this that you could use the Love and Joy from more of a Christmassy set. And we're going to let this up. This is how the side step card works, or it's called a faux step. And this piece of paper, you can go ahead and extend all the way to the bottom if you want, or if you want to save cardstock, you can do it like this. And then we will show you how to put a piece of paper on the back. You could do a piece of paper like this and do some writing on it. Good morning, Tanya. Glad you've joined.
Here's what I found.
Thanks for coming in. Whoops. My watch is talking to me. Thanks for coming, Tanya. So you can do your piece of white cardstock on the back. I don't know what happened there. I had a glitch. Or you can do one on the inside, however you'd like to do it. But the card will stand up, as you can see here. It's hard for you to see what the front is when it does that, but isn't that cute? Fun little card with using Poppy Parade and Pretty Peacock and Garden Green. And we're going to get started on that card now. We've got a card base. Let's see if I can get this. I'm going to go ahead and clip that again so that it'll show better for you. We've got a card base that is 5.5 as typical, but it doesn't go all the way to 8.5. I have cut it to 8, so I cut 1/2 inch off. See if I can get that where y'all can see that. And then it is scored at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 7 inches. So 3, 6, 7. That's the way that scoring goes. Then you'll go ahead, the large side, I guess you'd say, is a mountain fold. And then this next score line is going to be a valley fold. Just make sure you get it even on both sides. And really, really score this well, so it'll be flat. I just really like to go over and burnish it really well with the bone folder. And then this will be another mountain fold. Make sure that lines up properly at the edge. See, this one doesn't quite. So I'm going to try to pull that up so that it's even with the bottom. Make that correction and then burnish it with the bone folder. Okay. So easy peasy on the step card. Then you've got this second piece of Poppy Parade also that is 6 inches by 3 inches. And then it is scored at 4 1/4, which makes sense. The way to remember that is because this is going to be the height of your card. I'll show you in just a sec. Let's go ahead and burnish that. This is going to be this part of your card. So of course, this side is 5 1/2, as a typical card is. So you would assume that it would be the same width as a typical card base, which is 4 1/4. So that's how that works. Easy peasy. And like I said, if you wanted to make this a full, let's see, this is 4 1/4, which we just said. So you could make this whole piece 8 1/2 and fold it in half and then have this come all the way down if you want. But since I was planning to put a white piece of cardstock on the back and cover this anyway, I just thought that would be wasted cardstock. But it's totally up to you. If you're not going to put a white piece on the back, you can do it the other way. Whatever you want to do, it's your card. You create it your way. Okay, we've got the, let's go ahead and get the designer series paper on. We're going to just glue that with the liquid glue. You could certainly use Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to glue this back piece that is, sorry about that. Should have given you that first. 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. And we're just covering this whole back piece here. It's not really back, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we've got the stripes there. And then we're going to put this piece will be on here. And think about if you're going to put a tag, which we are, you want to look at it, just kind of audition your piece of paper and see if you do that, you're going to cover up most of the flowers with your tag. So just look at that before you place your paper down. And we're going to do this one, which is, I'll measure that in just a sec. That's not the way, Kelly. Do as you do, as you say. Okay, so that designer series paper is 2 3/4 by 4. And this, like I said, these measurements and everything are on my blog, that if you go to the link, and if you like my card, you can vote for it in Kylie Bertucci's International Blog Highlights. Okay, this piece, oh my. Oh, there it is. Whew. Thought I lost it. I was short on this paper, so I went ahead and cut this. This is 3/4 inch, and you could go ahead and cut a full strip of 5 1/4. But what I have done is cut these two into pieces because most of it's going to be covered with this. So I just saved a little of that DSP, and I've got one of them is 1 inch, and one of them is 2 inches. So I've only got 3 inches. I saved 2 1/2 inches of paper that way, but it's totally up to you. Whether you want to do that, it takes a little extra time, but it saves some paper. So whatever works for you. Okay, we're going to put that where it's got an even border all the way around it. Then we'll take the other little piece, put it on the other side. I need to move over just a tad. Oops, dang it. Just looked up and realized I haven't switched the camera over. Y'all gonna have to remind me of that in the comments. I don't know why I just all of a sudden keep forgetting to switcheroo you. There you go. So it's much easier for y'all to see that way. Just remind me in those comments. Okay. Here we go. We're going to line this up at the bottom. You see what I did? You make sure that you're covering up the edge of this paper and this paper. Kind of get it where you want it. And you might want to go ahead and look and see, okay, where does the tag go? How far over do I want it for the tag to be about right? So I think I'm going to do about right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue right here where I know I want that. Just make sure you don't go outside the boundaries. You can put the glue on the back of this, or you can do it like I did and put it on the bottom, whatever you find is easier. Now we're going to line that up, make sure that is level with the table surface. Okay, so all that's even. Now we're going to take and just put this right here. I'm stopping at this width, and I know it doesn't come down very far. Then I'm going to fold that over, give that a little burnish. Get that excess glue out. Okay, that's why you use a silicone mat underneath. Okay, now we've got our little stamping to do. We're going to stamp on the back and stamp on the tag, and I have already cut this tag out. Let me show you the stamp sets that I chose. We are using, and this Modern Garden has a stamp set that coordinates with it, but I did not purchase that. You don't always have to get the whole suite of everything. You probably have something that could coordinate. So I checked that out in advance, and I decided that this flower, wouldn't you think that this flower came from that same set? Nope, it came from Artistically Inked, and that has been in our catalog in 2 or 3 different catalogs. It's carried over, but I love this set. Love it, love it, love it. So I used that flower from that, Artistically Inked. And then the greeting, we're going to use the So Sincere that's in this current holiday catalog, the mini catalog that goes out in December-ish. And I think this may have carried over. I'm not 100% sure. Then I also wanted to show you that, see this Merriest Trees set that I have used on a ton of Christmas cards. If y'all have watched some of my videos, you've seen this set. But it has a great tag in there that is a perfect size for card making or tags, either one. But I love that size. I love the stitching around it. So that's what we used. You just have to kind of think out of the box and not limit yourself to what a certain stamp set can go with. So that's what I'm showing you. You can combine things that you already have with some new things and give it a fresh look. So I've already pre-cut the tag from the Merriest Trees. We'll go ahead and set that aside since we've got this one going. Let's see here if I can get both of those in. You kind of can. Okay. You may have any questions, be sure and let me know. I'm happy to answer. Okay, we're going to use Garden Green for the leaves and Poppy Parade for the flower. And as I said, these are from the Artistically Inked stamp set. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move that one for now so y'all can see a little bit better. Tap, tap, tap. It's a red rubber stamp. You just want to make sure it's covered well and you're not inked up on the sides too much. So I want to get that good. I'm going to twist it just a little bit on that Poppy Parade. I'm not sure when that was re-inked. Okay, and then think about, where do you want your leaves? What part of the flower do you want your leaves on? And if you don't care, it doesn't really matter. So just however you want to do it. I'm kind of going toward the corner, and I'm going to make sure I'm using some pressure, let it sit there a little bit, because this is an artistically inked. It's a distinctive stamp, as Stampin' Up calls them. So it has all of those different layers of color in there. Isn't that pretty? That's just one stamp. Isn't that great? Just good even pressure and you get a good image like that. Okay, we're gonna clean that really quickly. Give it a swipe. All right, now we're ready for our garden green leaves. And just make sure on this type of stamp, this cling stamp that you can't see through, just look at how far the stem of that leaf is away from the outside of the rubber. It's pretty close to what this picture is, but really it's a little bit further. So if you're trying to line this picture up with this, you're going to be a little short, because see, this looks a little bit longer to me. So I'm just going to tap that one more time, and I'm going to come a little further in than I think I would have to. Boom. So you kind of got right up by the flower. That's close enough. Okay. Now we're going to get we're going to do one on, while we're at it, I should have done the flower first. I think I'll go back to do that. On the back, I'm going to do the same kind of thing on the back here. I'll do our little flower. Where do I want that? Do I want that in the top corner? Do I want in this corner? I think I'm going to do it over here where it's about the same. Okay. Next, we'll go close up that Poppy Parade. Get a little more garden green on. Maybe we'll have this kind of come off to the side so it leaves a little more room to write. Would a leaf come down like that? I don't know. We'll see how we like it. That still works. Or it could be up here if you wanted. Whichever way. Whichever side you want. You can make it happen. Okay, that's garden green. We're finished with that. Let's get that chamoised off. Oh, good. Thank you, Tanya. That's so sincere. I thought it was carrying over, but I wasn't positive. Thank you so much for checking that out. And there's that item number if anybody's interested in the So Sincere stamp set. My team member Judy Walton is the one who saw that first and was like, oh, she thought it was going to be very versatile. She was going to get it. And I thought, I think I want that too. So thanks, Tanya, for sharing that. I'm glad it's carrying over. It has some beautiful greetings in it. All right. We're going to do a little bit different greeting. We're going to say, hope your day is a happy one. I thought that was a really flexible kind of greeting because you could, or see sentiment, whichever one you call it. Ooh, and I kind of ruined my pretty peacock stamp pad. And I'm going to have to order another one. If any of y'all out there accidentally ordered two, let me know before I ordered one. I'll buy yours because I ruined mine. There was something on there and I was trying to get it off of there and I gouged it too much using a credit card like you usually use to re-ink it. Okay, we're saying hope your day is a happy one. And that way on the inside, it could be happy birthday, it could be happy anniversary, it could be just first day on a new job. Just hope your day is a happy one. Isn't that flexible? Okay, I'm going to stamp this once so make sure. Yep, it's not, it needs a little re-inker, I believe. It's kind of dry. And this, if y'all ever do ruin a stamp pad, then check your stock. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you probably have a spot in that color that'll get you by. That's what I've had to do with my basic gray ink pad that I just still have not found. It just disappeared. It's probably in one of my class boxes. Okay, so I've gotten a refill on that. And usually I use a little credit card to kind of, or some kind of gift card or something to kind of press that down in there and kind of get it even. And you can go on all sides. And the Stampin' spots are not exactly the same material as our regular big pads, but they will work in a pinch, and they're great for just smaller areas, doing smaller stuff. Or if you're traveling, it's great to have some Stampin' spots that you can take. If you're trying to take a project somewhere to work on, then you don't have to carry the whole big pads. Okay, now let's try this again. See if we've got enough ink on here. And always, if your stamp itself is larger than your pad, you want to flip it over and take the ink to the pad. Oh yeah, that's better. Upside down, but better. Glad that wasn't on the tag. Okay. And this is Pretty Peacock, which is also in that designer series paper. That's how I came up with this color combination. And just straight down, straight up, give it a little pressure, and there you go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and then you can just leave the back where you can add happy anniversary or happy birthday or whatever you choose. Now all we need to do, I'm going to go ahead and add the back. I'm going to put it on the back side. Like I said, you could put it here, or you could put it on the inside of the card where it opens like that. I don't know how many people will open it that way or what. Oh, Tanya, yeah, using that sentiment. It's a great one. It's very flexible. Glad you're using that. I know several of us have that set. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the back. Need to didn't close my glue up properly. All right. Just kind of get that even. Get that out of the way. Don't want to smear that since we just did it, but that ought to work. Okay, now we're going to get some of the iridescent ribbon. And I'm just going to guess about how much. I think I showed it in the supplies, maybe like 5.5 or something like that. Okay, and then we're going to take, and this is iridescent ribbon that is in the mini catalog, the 23 mini 161955, if y'all are interested in that. And then I usually start from the back. I'm trying to remember if I'm putting this end through or the other end through. I think this is right. Nope, that's backwards. Okay, so we're going to put this in from the back. If I can get these little ends lined up. Then put the ends through the top little loop. Bring both ends through, not just one, Kelly. Hope y'all are having a great week. Is everybody already done doing holiday or Christmas cards? Or are y'all still working on some? What are you up to? Are you doing some new projects? Cards for the new year, birthday cards? What are y'all working on? Hope you're having fun crafting. All right, and you can play with this a little bit, pull the back side of that loop a little bit and get it how you want it. That's close enough. Right now, we're going to go ahead and just trim that back up a little after we messed with it. That's a wrong angle. There we go. All righty. Now I'm going to, I think we can move that. Move all these. All right. Now we need some Stampin' Dimensionals. And just make sure you're only putting them on the part that's going on here. So you'll want to do just on the left-hand side. Maybe one kind of close to the middle, but not all the way to the middle. Get those backs off. And I'm not concerned with this ribbon sticking up further than the top of the card, because when you put it in the envelope, all you have to do is fold that over, and then whenever they open it, it'll pop back up. So there we go. There's a fun, simple card. Now we're going to use our adhesive gem trio, I think it's called, something like that, that has a kind of pinky color. I'm not sure what color they say it is, but it certainly works with this card. Just kind of give that a little bit of bling without being too obvious. Got kind of a lot of putty there on my end. Some of these are a little more peachy colored, so I'm picking out the pinker ones that seem to work with this Poppy Parade. And the pink, you've got the pink here and in some of the flowers there. So we're kind of tying that in. That needs to move up just a tad, I think. And I just thought that was pretty in the center of the flowers. We'll move this out of the way. Yay! So you can see it can be a thank you card or a birthday card, whatever you make it. Oh, I've got another comment here. Yay. Hi, Deborah Ramos. Or Ramos. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you liked the card. If you'll go to the supply list and all that's below this video, you can go and vote for my card in Kylie Bertucci's international blog highlight. That'd be great. And you can download, or you can get the supply list there, and you can go to my blog for all the measurements and everything. All right, Tanya is finished with her cards and just needs to get them out. Got the Christmas postage. Yep. Oh, she's working on birthday cards. How about you, Deborah? Are you working on Christmas cards? Or are you working on birthday cards? Or what are you working on this month? Thank y'all for tuning in and commenting. If y'all don't have any questions, I will let you go. I know it's a busy season and we got lots going on. So I hope I've got a couple of classes this month. You can see those on the calendar on my blog at createwithkelly.com. I have a techniques class I'm supposed to have tomorrow. And then on Monday night, I have a class, and Thursday at 2 and 6 is what I have scheduled. I'm not sure. Everybody's schedule is so wishy-washy right now with everything being so busy. So I'm working on a schedule for next year that I'll be able to post soon, and hope y'all can tune in, and please share this video with your crafty friends. Thanks again for subscribing and tuning in. Y'all have a great week. Fun times ahead. Bye-bye. Have a great one.